Sometimes I'm trying to cultivate fierce pride about things that I'm really still very insecure about, and this is one of the big ones. I was taken out of school at the beginning of 6th grade, and for the next 7 years had basically no education. You can find out more about that in my video, What is Homeschooling Abuse?, which I will link in the comments box below. And I was raised in a cult where I was the only child, so I was constantly condescended to and brainwashed by everybody around me. I recall as a child just wanting so badly to grow up so that people would take me seriously. But I have grown up, and people still don't take me seriously. I have gone to great lengths to read, to expand my own knowledge, to make the most of all of the educational resources that I have as they have become available to me. Unfortunately, because of my disability and my poverty, I cannot get a college degree. However, most people, when they learn that I only have a 5th grade formal education, are stunned. They really honestly think that I am a college graduate. And for me, because the people that I grew up around who were in the cult, most of them had postgraduate degrees. All of them had undergraduate degrees. I don't have a lot of faith in the college education system to nurture critical thinking, basically. A lot of the classes, it's like you have to sort of work toward one monolithic teacher's idea of the subject. And while that may work in the sciences, in a lot of subjects, they're not so cut and dried. But that's a whole other thing. Anyway, all of my life I've been really insecure about people treating me like I don't know what I'm talking about. So I have often gone to enormous lengths to actually read up on stuff before I ever talk about it, before I ever say anything, so that then when I do say something and someone disbelieves me and implies that I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm talking about and I have no actual sources, and I try to explain it to them, I can get really angry really fast because, and it took me a really long time to realize this, no matter how much I learn, there are going to be people who will deny what I say, even if I have like sworn letters and affidavits from every other person on the planet, because it's not about whether what I'm saying is true. Their denial is about them not being comfortable with the fact that what I'm saying is true. So I'm self-educated. And I'm proud of the fact that despite my 5th grade formal education, I can pass as college educated, and that I continually hunger and thirst for knowledge like nobody's business, that I still go after learning in a way that a lot of people out of college just, oh, no, I've got my piece of paper that says I'm smart, now I don't have to learn anything anymore, and I can just blow my mind away with complete basically brain tapioca. I don't know, whatever it is. I relentlessly hunt down knowledge. When I have a question, I want that question satisfied, or I at least want to learn to ask better questions. I have pride about this, but I also have a lot of insecurity about it, because for a lot of people, for them, college equals knowledge. Knowledge equals correct. College equals correct. Not college, not correct. And we've been fed this narrative. We're still fed this narrative by culture. If you're not college educated, your knowledge, your intelligence, your wisdom, your experiences, whatever you have learned, always are less than that of anyone with even the least bit of college education. This is something that I'm having to work against a lot. Now, I don't talk about this a lot. Sometimes I'll say that I'm a multidisciplinary dilettante when it comes to art, i.e., I'm a little bit crap at a lot of things. They have different terms for self-taught artists. Sometimes they call them visionary artists or art brut. But anyway, there's a long tradition of self-taught artists. However, my disabilities make it very difficult for me to sustain effort, hence why I can't work. It also means that I'm not as good at the things that I like to do as I would like to be. There's a lot of resources online to teach myself things, but it's very slow going. And sometimes with a lot of these things, it just takes a lot of practice that I don't have the spoons for. I'm proud of the fact that I'm not limited to one medium of art to express myself. When I was just writing, I've written like a crazy person. There's a whole video about my compulsive writing, and hypergraphia is what it's called. But when I first started exploring other ways of artistically expressing myself, I realized that learning these other things shifted the way that I express myself in writing. That any growth of any skill in any creative way of expressing myself affected all of the other ways as well. And that there are a lot of things that sometimes words alone cannot express. I would love to be able to write music, but whether it's skill or the fact that I'm living in ongoing trauma, and that ongoing trauma damages my capacity to imagine and to create, because I'm so haunted by my past and plagued by my present and uncertain there is any future at all. There are a lot of creative dreams that I may never get to realize just because this is my life. There are some artists who have made it work under unreasonable conditions. We shouldn't have to, but that's the way it is. I am proud that I have self-educated myself. I am proud that I have educated myself beyond the level that I was educationally abandoned at. I am proud that I have taught myself to do things like play the ukulele and all kinds of other things to survive and to create. I wish that pride was enough to overcome my insecurity. And I wish that pride was enough to overcome other people's biases against self-education, against my personal experiences, the place that I speak from and create from. All I can do for now is just keep cultivating that pride and just keep swimming. Thanks for watching.